Hello, all you bullet journal V2 users. I thought it was about time that we created a how-to video, and I've got a request from a user on Reddit. They were really struggling with it, and I kind of imagine that many people are, because there really isn't a good tutorial about how to use the app. So anyway, here we go. We're going to dive right in. So when you first open the app, you're going to notice it to look basically the same as this, where there's no journals. There's basically an open side over here. Sometimes you might, when you open the app for the first time, it might look like this, and it might be like way super confusing because you're going to be like, man, what do I do? This is a big blank app. Just tap on this um, button over here in the corner. It'll open up the side panel, and some of these functions I'm not going to go over right now. Mainly I'm going to focus on creating a journal and then using a journal. So what you're going to do to create one is you're going to click this little plus right here, and then we're going to give it a name. So I'm just going to call this getting started. And we have two different styles of journals in the app. You can either use bullets or you can use notes. Notes is very simple. It's basically just a place where you can enter in pages of just regular typed notes, and I can show you that after we look at the bullet journal style. So we also have the bullets version, and many people coming from analog are going to recognize that the most. It's a free form way to do your bullet journal, just like you're used to in your analog. You're going to draw everything, you can handwrite things. You can also add text, you can add images, and I'll show you all that here in a second. So if you come down here, you're going to notice when you first download the app, I mean, there's a lot of, much of it is free. But there are some features that some people may want. And if you're one of those who wants to, like, for example, use a cover color instead of a picture, you'll have to buy a subscription, and then you can turn this toggle on, and it'll let you pick a picture, or not a picture, pick a color for the cover instead of an image. So I'm just going to pick an image. Just pick anything here, and we'll just say a circle. I'll do that. And again, down here, there's a feature. Sorry about clearing my throat. Got some allergies today. There's a feature down here that you can also buy. It is where you can change the color of the theme of your journal. Basically, it changes the color of the little swatch that represents your journal, and also like the different components inside of your journal. And I'll kind of show you what I mean as we go into the journal. So I'm going to save this, and so now I have my journal here, but again, it's all blank over here. So you have to actually select your journal after you created it. And so now you'll see your cover picture is there. But again, there's nothing you can really do yet, because you need to first start by creating a tab. And so we're going to click this green, or tap this green button here, and it's going to let us name our tab. And when we first created this app, the main idea was to allow people to organize things by month, and then week, and then day. And so these tabs were originally meant for that, but you can do anything with it. Like, say, for example, if you wanted to have your recipes, in one, you could do that. So you could create a tab that's nothing but recipes. You could create another one that's Meal plans. I mean, so there's a lot you can do with this. And then, of course, you could also do, months, weeks, whatever you want. So we'll just say, we're in January, so we'll say January. So now you can see I've got 3 different tabs down here. And again, there's nothing selected yet, so you're not going to be able to edit anything just yet. But once you select one, so let's say I'm just going to select meal plans to start with. So now I get these new buttons that you haven't seen yet that allow us to add a page. You can also, from here, you can also edit the tab. So like if you really didn't mean to name it meal plans, you can edit it and you can change the name. I'm just going to leave it as meal plans for now. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a page. So I'm going to tap on add page and you get a page. But again, you can't really do anything with the page just yet because you're not actually editing it. So reason being that it's designed like this is because when you have a whole bunch of pages, so you can see down here I've got this little dot. So if I add another page, now I got another dot. If I add another page, oh yeah, and that's another thing too, right? So you're limited on how many pages you can do in the free version per tab. Right now it's 2 pages per tab. And you can also do I think it's like 5 tabs. Let's test that out. So February, and then we'll make another one. We'll say March. Okay, yeah. So it allows you to make 4 tabs, right? And you can have 2 pages per tab. If you buy the full version, you get unlimited. All that stuff unlocks. So, but anyway, let's go back to our recipes. Or no, sorry, meal plans. So you can see we have our 2 pages here. You can switch between them either by tapping on the little dot, or you can actually swipe all the way and it'll go to that next page. So let's just say we want to edit this page. We want to actually draw something on here. We want to add images. We want to add text and all those things. The first thing I would recommend is you remember that little button we pressed when we started. Press that again. It's going to squash it down so you have a much bigger area to play with. You can see your cover picture is kind of still there. You can still kind of see, so you'll know, hey, I'm still in my getting started journal, and also the title's there too, so it'll help you with that. So what we're going to do to edit, I'm going to click this toggle. Now we're in edit mode. So I'm going to rename this. I'm going to just call this pecan pie. So this will be my pecan pie recipe. I'm not going to actually put it in here because there's a lot to it. So, but anyway, so I've got my name in there. I'm going to hit enter. And so you see when I hit enter, this little guy popped down right here. This is actually the tools I'm going to use to draw with. If I tap on that, it opens up, and I've got all the tools that I can use to draw. That I can use to draw my journal. So if I want to draw, I just pick one of them, So you got, I think it's like a pen, a felt tip. No, this is a felt tip pen right here. You got some kind of pencil, I guess, here. Highlighter, eraser. This little guy will let you select stuff and copy and paste. This ruler is really nifty because you can draw straight lines. So I could say like, okay, I got my ruler and I want to draw a straight line, boom. If I want to make this, it's a little bit, it's going to be a little bit tricky here because I've got, oh, well, that didn't work out so well. I'm doing this from a simulator on my computer just so I can kind of show you guys this. Anyway, so you can turn this ruler. I can't really do it here from the simulator just because I can't put 2 fingers on there. I can simulate 2 fingers, but they always end up way over here. So, But anyway, you can turn this ruler and it'll give you like a degrees. You can have like 90 degrees, 80, 180, whatever it is, whatever degree you want, and draw straight lines with it. Um, let's say you draw something on here that you would like to copy and reuse in several places. Let's say I got this triangle and I want it to be exact every time. You just come over here, just copy this whole guy by drawing a circle around it, boom. And then I can double tap on this. On my simulator, it's actually either right, because I'm right clicking or whatever, but you can double tap on it and it's going to bring up this little menu right here on your iPad, and you can duplicate it and it'll make a new copy of it, or you can just say copy and then you can come over here and you can double tap. Sorry, it's not working. Oh, there we go. Yep. So you can paste and the same thing, and you can just move it around however you want. Same thing, like after you've pasted them, if you want to move them again and like you don't like where it's at, you just circle around it and just move it around wherever you want it. So now the next thing you'll notice is, like, if I just click and drag my tap and drag my finger, so to speak, it's not moving the canvas. In order to move the canvas with my finger, I need to turn off the pencil and then I can move it around with my finger, or I can use two fingers. Let's see if I can find the simulator for two fingers again. Yeah, so I can use two finger. Let's see. How do I get them? There we go. Got them to stay still. So you can do that. If it's in this mode, you can do that with two fingers. If it's in this mode, you can just use your finger. The reason why we have an on-off for the pencil is because if you have a pencil, leave it in the pencil on mode, and the pencil will just freely draw, and you can use your finger to move the canvas around. So that's a really nifty feature. If you don't have a pencil, don't worry about it. Just turn off the pencil, and you can draw with your finger. Just drag your finger around and draw. So, and the simulator's being stupid. It thinks I'm trying to open up the side panel, but I'm not. Anyway, so you can also see some kind of like strangeness happening when I'm moving, right? So that is it trying to detect a straight line or a curve, and it will try to make that line up. It'll try to make it, especially if you move really fast, it'll try to make that line as straight as possible. Or it'll try, you see how it did that weird thing? It's trying to make a curve for me. So you can see I made a mess here, right? So I got a whole bunch of stuff. Now, let's say I don't like everything I did up to a point. I can just keep hitting the back and it'll take away all these things I drew that I don't really like. But the one thing about the back button is it only works on drawing. So you draw stuff, you can use the back button, it'll remove that stuff. Okay, so we went through drawing, right? So now let's talk about adding images first. So if you tap on the images option, the little, looks like little photos or whatever, it's going to open up this image adder, basically, console window. And so you're going to tap on the little images again. You'll pick the one you want. You can put them as a shape. So star, circle, square, rectangle, whichever one you feel is best for what you're doing. This is really meant to kind of act like stickers, so to speak. So, let's just pick star. You can move your image around, like if there's a certain area or spot you want. You can zoom in, do two fingers and scroll. So let's say we like this right here. I can do that. And then, so now I can see I got a preview right here. I'm going to hit save. And I know on this smaller iPad that I've chosen here, that save button's a little bit high. We'll fix that. It'll go in as a bug fix. So you can kind of see it down here, right? I have pencil shut off. So I'm gonna turn it on. Let's actually scroll this up so you can see, right? So you can see there's my star, but I don't like it down there. I don't want it there. I want it to be kind of up in the upper corner. So what I'm going to do, and this is, it takes practice when you first get to using this. Basically, you just kind of put your finger on there and start moving it. It should be it should be a pretty quick movement, but you don't want to move too quick because what will happen is it won't grab it, right? So it's such a low amount of seconds that you got to put your finger on there and move it that you can kind of see like what happens when I do it, right? It's sometimes if I do it too fast, like I just did there, it won't grab it. So I got to kind of, press my finger and then just start moving it. So that's how you move them, right? So get them where you want them. Say I want it here, right? So you can see right now it is on top of my drawing, but the way it's designed is once I stop moving this, and I don't mean like right now I'm not moving it, so I've stopped moving it. What I mean is this little crosshairs, you see how it's red? That means I can move around my images or my text around the page. If this is not on, all my drawings go on top of it, which is by design because the pictures on a normal journal are generally going to be stuck to the paper, and then anything you draw is going to be on top of that. Sometimes you might cover a image with cover a drawing with a sticker, but in this app, that's not how it works. If you want to get rid of this line right here that's on this page, then what you're going to do is you're going to go back to the your drawing controls and you're going to erase this line. So let's go back here. So let's say we want to get rid of this image. So it's here now. We decided we don't really like it, or maybe we just want to change it. We don't even want it to be a star anymore. So we can hold our finger on it. We'll get this little menu. We can delete it, or we can edit it. So I'm going to edit it, and I'm going to say this. I'm going to say I actually like the picture, but I want to change the circles, change to a circle. So like you saw what I did. I went in here, I reselect the same picture, if it'll let me get back in there, and then I would choose circle, and then you just click away, and it'll give you what you asked for. So we'll try this again. Go circle. Okay, I like it. And do that. And then I just tap over here. Oh, you know what? Sorry. Actually, I need to hit save. And save must be. Or you know what? I bet you we encountered a bug here. Let's see if that's truly the case. Let's go here. Let's select. Actually, let's do this. Let's do that. No? Okay. Yeah, so it's a bug. All right. So you can't edit it right now. We'll work on that. We'll fix that problem. Anyway, so let's go back in here. We'll just remove this now. We can just hit delete, and you see how down here it says, hey, are you sure that you want to delete it? And it kind of did it out of my view here. So we can scroll it up with your finger, just drag it up, hit confirm, boom, and it'll delete it. It'll remove it for you. All right. So next thing is text, right? So if you want to add text here to your page, like some typed text with a fancy font or something like that, you can go ahead and tap on this, enter in the text you'd like. You know, just say pecan pie recipe. Choose a font. You can kind of see there's a little bit of a preview next to each one of these. We'll just kind of scroll here. Let's find something really cool looking. There are some pretty good ones in here, but you know, there's obviously a whole lot of them. Oh, look at that! There's a marker felt. That's pretty nice. We'll choose thin, and so it gives you a preview here too. And you can also see you can change the size. The size I don't believe is going to show you here, but you can change it. Oh, I actually did. Okay, sweet. So it does show you there. Anyway, so then what you're going to do is you're going to save this. And again, this is going to show up kind of towards the middle, but you can move it because you see the reds on there. So same thing with the pictures, but you want to, you know, grab it somewhere in the... Oh yeah, let me turn that off. Okay. So you just move it wherever you want it. Let me turn that off. And so you gotta make sure that's off anyway. So move that up there. Usually in real, you know, when you're using it not in the simulator, you can use 2 fingers to move this, and then, you know, your 1 finger to move that. So you can put that wherever you want it. Say we want this in the middle. I would like for that to not. Yeah, so we'll put that in the middle. So boom. All right. So we got that. We can also change the color if we want of the font too. So I can go in here and say I want the font to be, let's say purple. And save. Yep. So then we change the color, and that's really great. So and let's say that I no longer like this page at all that I've done. You know, I want to just start totally over. I don't want any of this stuff in here. You can hit this delete button right here, and it'll delete the page. So just, you know, and it gives you a warning. I think, did it? Oh, okay, so it didn't actually delete it, but it also didn't give you a warning, so no big deal. So you don't have to worry about that. We'll have to look into why that button didn't work, but usually it'll give you a warning and say, hey, are you sure you want to delete this page? And maybe it did. Maybe it was down below, down here. Let me see. No, it didn't. All right. So, yeah, so ignore delete button for now. So that's, I mean, basically that's the simple, you know, way of, you know, adding images and adding text, adding drawing. But there's a few other interesting things you can do. So you can change the color of your paper. So, you know, we could say we want that, or maybe it's this, maybe it's purple, maybe it's blue. You know what? This actually is kind of a good color, complements what we got going on. And on top of that, let's say that this page, and it wouldn't work for this pecan pie recipe page, but if you have a page like, say, for example, you're creating a sleep tracker that you're going to use, or a, you know, water tracker, or, you know, just something that you're going to reuse over and over and over again, you can actually save it as a template. So what you can do is you can click on this here, templates. You'll see, oh look, here's what it's going to look like as a template. And then you can click this save current page as template. And obviously this is a feature that you would have to pay for, but once you do, it saves it. And then once it saves it, it'll show up here in your My Templates. Right now your My Templates is blank because you don't, you know, this is free. We can't save one right now. And then here, and as you can see, these are a bunch of test ones. You're not going to see these in the production and the version you're using. But if you pay for the app, you can also download them. So if you right now, if you tap on these, it's not going to do anything because this is the free version. Um, so once you have your template, you can actually add it to your page. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you that. Let's go ahead and turn off the edit. Let's go ahead and go here, and I am going to tap here on this gear, go to purchase options, and we'll just leave. So after we've paid for our subscription, what we're going to do is we're going to actually go to we're not going to use the template on our pecan pie recipe. We're going to actually use it on a new page. So we're going to rename this new page. We're going to call this Sleep Tracker. And then we're going to download the Sleep Tracker template. So after you've hit enter, after you put your name in there, we're going to go to templates, scroll down, and then we're going to select the Sleep Tracker. And once you click download, there's not going to be any feedback. It's not going to like show you a downloading or anything like that. It should happen pretty quick, and then you should have the Sleep Tracker. And you'll notice that you've got a share button, which you can't share one that you've downloaded because it's already been shared. And the same thing, if you create a template, like if you were to draw something, save it, and then you want to upload it, if you've already uploaded it, the share button will be gray. But we're going to use the template, so I'm going to tap on use, and you can see in the background it put our template in there. We're going to hit OK. We're going to close that. We'll close this, and so you got your Sleep Tracker. And so what you can do, I didn't mean to do that. What you can do is you can go. You can scroll to the bottom or whatever, scroll to the edges, whatever. But what you can do now is you can start filling in your Sleep Tracker. So we'll come here. I'm just going to use a highlighter, and let's just say that for Monday, you only slept. The purple on this Sleep Tracker is the night, and then here's the day. So let's just say that you went to sleep at 7 and you woke up at 5. So anyway, I mean, that's how you use a template in here. Templates are they basically are your page drawings but saved as an image, so they get laid into the page. And so, like, for example, if you want to erase what you did, you can erase it without worrying about erasing the template, because you're not going to be able to erase a template. So don't worry about that. You can't reposition the template or anything like that either. The templates are placed where they're placed, and that's it. And they're placed according to how the original person created them. So anyway, all right, so that's templates. Let's go ahead and look at notes real quick. So we're going to create a new journal. We'll call this Getting Started Notes. Okay, and then we'll pick notes. Same thing here, you got to have a cover picture, so, or color if you're if you paid for that. So we're just going to pick the leaf. I'll just do a circle. Save it. All right, save template. Save journal. So now you have a Getting Started Notes. If you tap on that one, you'll notice it's very similar. The only thing is you don't have tabs. You just have add note and you have delete note. So you can go ahead and add a note. You can say new journal, or you know what, let's do this. Let's call this tutorial notes. Okay, and then you can just add your notes, blah 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 blah, whatever. I'm adding notes, blah blah blah. And then when when you have all your notes added in there, it's saved. You don't have to worry about saving it or anything. They're just saved. There is no there's no special features to this. I mean, you can really, all you can do is whatever you can do in the little context menu that you can get from highlighting. So there's no fonts, there's nothing like that. It's just simply notes. That's it. And you can add another page if you want. This could be just another note. And down here you can see you've got little dots, so you can kind of like go to whichever note you want. You can also swipe to get to them, and you have your cover picture in the background. So the notes, like I said, is very, very simple. There is no fonts or anything like that. So again, that's the bullet journal app. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Hopefully it taught you something about how to use the app. Let us know if we have a Reddit as well, and that Reddit is actually called bullet journal iPad. So bullet_journal_iPad. And that's where you could suggest some enhancements or some features or even bug requests. You can bug find. You can even ask questions about how to use it, paste pictures of what you've done with your journal. So feel free to connect with us there. Again, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it was helpful. And I guess that's it.